Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Teacher's Guide to the new EDEXCEL Paper 2. We're looking at Section B Part 2, which is the unseen comparison, and today we're looking at how to answer in order to achieve perfect marks. So, this is the structure of the exam papers. We've already been through this in our previous video, which is how to plan, so I do recommend that you watch that. But as you can see, this is the second of two papers, both were 50%, two sections, one based on 19th century novel, the other based on poetry, which is two questions very similar to each other. In fact, it's the same method compared to anthology poems and compared to unseen. 2 hours and 15 minutes. And let's see if you know what you need to do to achieve perfect marks for this question. So again, what do you need to do in order to achieve 20 out of 20? And then what method should you use? So pause, write down your answer, and then when you're ready, press play. You can see this is our marks. I've been through this in our previous video, so I won't go through it now, but it's really important you understand exactly what you need to achieve and to include in order to get perfect marks. We then looked at our planning method, which again, you need to dwell, pause, listen to the previous video. We also looked at our answering method, which we're going to focus on again today. So make sure once more that you do look at that previous video because it goes through everything you need to do. Here's the question. Compare the ways in which the writer presents tension in Catherine and Cousin Kate. This was our plan. So please again make sure you go back and look at that. And then this is our answer. Both the poems, Catherine and Cousin Kate, explore tension. Comparison straight away, nice and clear, nice and concise. Catherine explores the tension between the mother and the child, mainly based around the struggle for control. The poem Cousin Kate, however, explores the tension felt by the female speaker, just like the poem Catherine, in regards to the way in which society, but men in particular, treat women such as the speaker in society. Nice clear introduction, compared both, doing a good job, show my understanding. The first way both poets create tension is through conflict with an authority figure, linking both poems together straight away. It doesn't have to be the same, but they both look at it. To describe the experience of labour, the speaker refers to the tight red rope of love which we both fought over. The forward slash there indicates that there's a new line. We should do that for Shakespeare, you should do that for any play or poem. Rather than creating a positive tone, the poet created a scenario which suggests a battle which neither individual wishes to lose. The lexis, which means words, tight, highlights an uncomfortable, even painful experience, whilst the idea of the rope creates an impression of being trapped. Notice all the language analysis we're doing here. Alternatively, referring to the cord as a rope of love highlights that whilst there is tension between the two, the relationship is still one based on love, and it is this that keeps them together. So language analysis, alternative views. In a slightly different way, linking phrase, the poem Cousin Kate, whilst also dealing with conflict towards an authority figure, so this is our perceptive comparison, explores the struggle between a great lord and a female. Just like the female speaker in Catherine, the speaker in Cousin Kate felt bound by the relationship with the lord. The sense of being trapped mirrors the notion that the speaker is somehow trapped in a scenario despite their best efforts. This is also reinforced through the complex nature of the rhyme scheme, which indicates a sense of division between the speaker, who is A in the rhyme scheme, Cousin Kate B, who in the rhyme scheme, and the Great Lord C, who is placed in the middle of the stanza at the time, highlighting the struggle between the three figures, with the authority figure being placed in the centre of it. So perceptive analysis of language and structure there as well. Let's move on. Another way in which sense of tension is created in both poems is through the overall negative tone created when presenting the relationships. The poet in the poem Catherine uses multiple pejorative lexical choices, so multiple negative word choices in the piece, such as confrontation, fight, struggle, defiant. Notice my use of evidence there. I've picked these words from different points, so I've used ellipsis, the three dots to indicate that they're not all from the same line. Throughout the poem, to highlight that the speaker feels nothing but negative thoughts about the relationship in question. The use of dramatic monologues, we're now looking at form, in this work allows the reader to grasp that this is the view of the parental figure involved in the poem, helping us as the reader to understand the negative feeling the speaker has of the scenario. This narrative perspective is also used by the poem Cousin Kate to once again enable us to understand the negative perspectives of the scenario. Moreover, the poet also includes negative imagery in order to reinforce this idea. The use of the verb lured suggests that the speaker, rather than engaging of her own free will, has actually been trapped like an animal by the Lord. Using the rhetorical question in the work not only as a device which forces the reader to engage with the speaker's scenario in a similar way to the dramatic monologue form for Catherine does, but once again helps us to see identify the reader's negative tension which the poet creates. Finally, both poems use women in order to explore tension. Using the image of a glass tank to explore the relationship between the figures in the poem Catherine highlights not only that once again the figures are unable to escape the difficulty of a relationship, perhaps a reference to the hardship associated with being a single parent family, but that rather than helping, society has somehow trapped women in this situation, suggesting that society is not helping women to escape the confines of their world. A negative perception of society's views of the female speaker is very much apparent in the work of Rossetti. The simile "changed me like a glove" creates a notion that the female figure is nothing more than a disposable item of fashion for the Lord, who is able to change his mind about the speaker in the same way we change our fashion. The noun Lord also helps to sarcastically suggest that men can play God with the lives of women without being judged themselves. This is made even more apparent by the fact that the speaker refers to her illegitimate son as "my shame, my pride," as using this oxymoron highlights a strange tension within society. Men can do what they wish, but women are deemed to be outcasts if they behave in the same way. Overall, both poems deal with the notion of tension. However, it's clear that Rossetti's work with the theme deals with the theme more effectively. She is able to highlight the unfairness of Victorian society, whilst also giving women of the time a voice which they were not necessarily given. So you can see, use the method I would use for my anthology poem, because that could be an anthology response, couldn't it? I've then made my links to make sure I've got the marks on the question, but it's about the analysis and it's about the understanding. So, thank you very much, keep revising, and feel free to like and share and contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.